Itō Hirobumi, born on October 16, 1841, in Suwa Province, present-day Yamaguchi Prefecture, Japan, was one of the most influential statesmen in modern Japanese history. As a samurai-turned-politician, he played a pivotal role in transforming Japan from a feudal society into a modern constitutional state. He served multiple terms as prime minister, helped draft Japan's first constitution, and significantly influenced Meiji-era politics and diplomacy. His legacy, though also marred by colonial policies in Korea, remains essential to understanding the rise of modern Japan. Early life and education. It was born as Hayashi Risuke into a lower-ranking samurai family in the Chsh domain, which was known for its rebellious stance against the Tokugawa shogunate. In his youth, he studied under the great scholar Yoshida Shin at the Shikasunjuku Academy, where he developed his political thinking and fervent nationalism. The academy was a breeding ground for many future leaders of the Meiji Restoration. In 1863, it was chosen to join a clandestine group sent by the Chsh clan to study Western science and technology in Great Britain and act forbidden under Japan's isolationist policies. This experience in England, especially in London, profoundly impacted his worldview. He learned about Western industrialization, constitutional governance, and military advancements, which convinced him of the necessity for Japan to modernize swiftly or risk being colonized by Western powers. Role in the Meiji Restoration. Returning to Japan in 1864, it became a leading figure in the anti-Tokugawa movement. He was instrumental in engineering the Meiji Restoration of 1868, which led to the fall of the shogunate and the restoration of imperial rule under Emperor Meiji. As part of the new Meiji government, it served in various important posts including governor, diplomat, and finance expert. He was a strong advocate of modernization, especially in government, military, and industrial sectors. Architect of the Meiji Constitution. One of Itō Hirobumi's most enduring achievements was his work in creating Japan's first Western-style constitution. In 1882, he traveled to Europe again, visiting Germany, Austria, and other countries to study their constitutional systems. He was particularly impressed by the Prussian model of a strong centralized monarchy balanced by a constitutional structure. On his return to Japan, it led the drafting of the Meiji Constitution, promulgated in 1889. This document established the Imperial Diet, a bicameral legislature, and defined the powers of the emperor, ministers, and judiciary. Although the emperor retained significant powers, it marked a major milestone in Japanese political development. Prime Minister and statesman. It became Japan's first prime minister in 1885 under the newly formed cabinet system. He would go on to serve 4 non-consecutive terms as prime minister, 1885-1888, 1892-1896, 1898, and 1900-1901. During his terms, he oversaw significant reforms in the economy, military, education, and foreign policy. He was a pragmatist, skillfully balancing Western influences with traditional Japanese values. He believed in incremental reform, avoiding radical shifts that might destabilize the country. Under his leadership, Japan built up its military, developed a modern industrial economy, and started asserting itself as a regional power. It also played key roles in diplomatic affairs, including negotiating treaties with Western powers and leading Japan during the First Sino-Japanese War, 1894–1895, which resulted in Japan's victory and its emergence as a dominant power in East Asia. Relationship with Korea. One of the most controversial aspects of Itō's career was his role in Japanese expansionism, particularly in Korea. After Japan's victory over China, it was appointed as Resident General of Korea in 1905, a position that placed him in effective control over Korean affairs during the period when Korea was becoming a Japanese protectorate. It advocated for gradual and peaceful integration of Korea into the Japanese Empire and initially opposed full annexation, believing it would provoke resistance and international criticism. Nevertheless, he was part of the apparatus that imposed Japanese control over Korean sovereignty, curtailed Korean autonomy, and promoted Japanese interests. Despite his relative moderation compared to hardliners, his presence in Korea made him a symbol of Japanese imperialism. Assassination and death. On October 26, 1909, Itō Hirobumi was assassinated at the Harbin railway station in Manchuria by An Young-jaun, a Korean nationalist and independence activist. The assassination shocked Japan and heightened tensions in East Asia. An claimed he acted to protest Japanese colonization and honor Korean sovereignty. Following its death, Japan accelerated its moves toward formal annexation of Korea, which occurred in 1910. Legacy. Itō Hirobumi is a complex and towering figure in Japanese history. He was a visionary modernizer who laid the foundations for Japan's constitutional and governmental structure. His contributions to the Meiji Restoration, the Meiji Constitution, and the modernization of Japan remain celebrated. However, his role in Japan's imperial ambitions and in Korea has drawn significant criticism, particularly from Korean historians and political thinkers. While he opposed outright annexation for pragmatic reasons, his policies contributed to Korea's subjugation and suffering under Japanese rule. Monuments, memorials, and statues of it have been built and removed over the years depending on the political climate. In Japan, he is often remembered as a national hero and founding father of modern Japan, while in Korea, he is largely viewed as a symbol of colonial oppression. Conclusion. Itō Hirobumi's life reflects the dramatic transformation Japan underwent in the 19th century from an isolated feudal society to a modern world power. As a reformer, statesman, and constitution maker, he shaped the destiny of his nation. Yet, his legacy is not without blemish, given his involvement in colonial expansion. His story serves as a vital case study in the complexities of modernization, nationalism, and empire building in East Asia.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.